Ramadan is important for Muslims because it's a chance for them to create a greater awareness of God's presence in our lives.
It may sound strange to people, but it's actually a month that we look forward to very much. It's a month where there's a great sense of unity. We know that there is a great feeling, you can almost feel the blessings of that month, how the community comes together.
Dawn on the first day of Ramadan, the start of a month of fasting, prayer and charity for many of the 1.5 billion Muslims around the world.
For people who believe that it's very difficult to do, I think they should realize that this is a challenge. Life is full of challenges, and there are many occasions in our lives when we have had to do the extraordinary thing, the unusual thing, out of the ordinary, just to get by or to achieve our goals and objectives. And our real goal in life is to please God, our Creator and our Maker.
Once it's light, no food or drink will be allowed until darkness falls. In August in Britain, that can be a gap of 15.5 hours. Ramadan always falls on the 9th month of each year, and it begins at the sighting of the new moon. And if you look up here, as with mosques all over the world, you will see the special place that the new moon has in the religion. Each year, Ramadan falls back by about 11 days. That means these worshippers will experience fasting every day of the year over 34 years. Ramadan is an auspicious month because it was at this time of the year, in the 9th month, that the first verses of the Quran were revealed to the Prophet Muhammad. The word Ramadan comes from the Arabic. It means scorched earth or intense heat, signifying a shortness of food. Fasting is meant to bring man closer to God.
Fasting to me is an opportunity for me to realize the great gifts that God blesses us with every single day, things that we take for granted. You know, we drink water and we eat food and we don't even give it a second thought. And going without it for a few hours in the month of Ramadan really brings home the great gifts that we have been blessed with.
Very young children are exempt from fasting, but in this family, as in many others, the children will volunteer to do without food.
The biggest difficulty I have is stopping the younger ones from fasting because they want to participate so much. There's such a wonderful atmosphere. They want to get up at 3 o'clock or 2:30 in the morning. And again, it must be very difficult for people to understand that. But it's such a wonderful opportunity. Families feel close, they come together, that I actually sometimes have to tell them, no, you don't have to fast, you can take a break.
It isn't just children who can continue to eat. Doctors advise all those with serious medical conditions to carry on with their normal diet.
I'm thinking of diabetics, people who are acutely unwell. So, for example, they might be taking antibiotics for a chest infection, urine infection, or any other illness where they need to take regular medication, and stopping that medication might actually cause a deterioration in their health.
People who are unable to fast, the elderly, those who need regular medication, they will feed a poor person 2 meals a day for each fast that they have missed. And that is their way of compensating for it and attaining closeness to God, like those who are fasting are hoping to achieve.
During Ramadan, energy needs to be preserved. So, for the very young, it's a time to learn about patience. Reading and learning verses from the Quran become more important pastimes, replacing football and PlayStations.
Rugged mountains, hills and caves.
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim Malik Yawmiddin. In the name of Allah, the Merciful, the Mercy-giving, praise be to Allah, Lord of the worlds.
Normally it'd be that you get a bit hungry, that's just general idea. But because of the heat, you just forget about the hunger. It's the thirst that really gets you.
The Muslim Council of Britain wants employers to be more considerate at Ramadan. Practices are changing.
Next month I'll be getting very little sleep, and they've arranged for me to come a bit later during the day, so it gives me plenty of time to rest. So when I come to work, I'm fresh and I'm able to do my job properly.
With darkness approaching, the aroma of food is in the air. And finally, at 9 o'clock, it's time to break the fast. But before dinner, there are prayers to be said, and then, at long last, hunger can be appeased.
When you've not eaten for that number of hours, it's one of the greatest pleasures to actually enjoy some food, and any fasting person would tell you that.
These long days will continue until the next sighting of the new moon. Then it's time to celebrate the festival of Eid. That's 3 days which mark the end of Ramadan. This is Bharat Patel in Leicester for Pukaar News.